Creating macros is really time saving. And once you learn to do it, you might find that you're using them all the time. Like I'll set up, if I want to go through and reformat a bunch of things that I want to change, but it requires changing the font size, changing the text color, changing the font, and you have to do that individually for each one. You can set up a macro to change it all, and then the next time you just click the macro button and it will automatically do all of those changes. So once you learn how to use them, you may use them quite a bit. To get started though, you need to make sure you have the developer on your tab, and how you do that is click File, and then go down to Options and click Customize Ribbon, and you need to make sure that your developer tab is selected, and then you click OK, and then you will have your developer tab right here for you to use. So let's start by creating a macro to merge our student data into our documents that use that student data. So let's just start by opening one of the documents. I'm going to choose the student information sheet. Okay, there it is. And now we're going to merge it. But before we do that, we're going to set up a macro. We're going to tell the computer the series of steps that it takes to do what we want to do and record that as a single button. So you're going to click on Developer, and then you're going to click on Record Macro. Okay, then we're going to click on Button. Okay, so this is going to be our new macro, so select it and click Add over here. And then we're going to modify it because we don't want it to be named that. So I'm going to change its name to Student Data Merge, and you can select a different icon if you want to. Click OK. And now once we click OK, the computer is going to start recording every click we make. So to do our merge, we first click Mailings, then we click Select Recipients, then we click Use an Existing List, then we click Desktop. I'm just finding my my data file. It's in this class management folder, and here it is, class data. Okay, and so now I want to tell the computer that I want to look at the Students tab. Click OK. Click Preview Results. And that's all I want it to do when I merge my data. So I'm going to go in and turn off my macro. So I'm going to click back on Developer, and then I'm going to stop recording. Okay, notice there is my macro right there. If you have an older version of Word, you may find your macro right down here, kind of where it says code. Okay, so I'm going to X this out, and I'm not going to save it so that I can open it back up and show you. Instead of doing all of that, now all we have to do is click this macro, and there's all our information ready to print. It doesn't only work for this document, it works for any of the documents that you want to merge with your student data. So if I click this one, when I'm ready to merge, all I have to do is click that macro, and there it is, modified. So easy and quick. So next we're going to do the same thing. We're going to set up a macro to merge our subjects data. So I'm going to open that, and I'm going to find one of the pages that needs merging. Lesson Planner 1 page does. So here is my lesson planner. Now I'm going to go in and make my macro for this process. So I'm going to click Developer, and I'm going to record another macro, and it's going to be another button. Okay, so I'm going to select the macro 2, add it over here, and then modify it. I'm going to change its names to Lesson Planner Merge. Pick a different icon if you want. Okay, click OK, and once you click OK again, it does start recording your clicks. So to merge this, we need to click Mailings, select Recipients, choose an existing list. Let's go find that by clicking Desktop, clicking Class Management, or double-clicking Class Management. Click your file, Class Data, click Open, and then click on Lesson Planner, click OK, and then click Preview Results. That's it. Now we're going to go turn off the recording by clicking on Developer and stopping the recording. Okay, so now this one is up here. I'm going to X this off, not save it, so I can reopen it and show you how quickly and easily you can merge your documents. Now I'm just going to click this macro, and there it is. I'm going to try a different one that needs merged. And let's do the teacher book labels. Okay, I'm just going to click this one, and there it is. Be careful not to click the wrong data because you'll get a bunch of errors. If you do that and you get a bunch of errors, just try to exit out and don't save. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is our binder organization macro. So I'm going to open up just a binder organization document. This is something that would be merged with that data, the binder organization data. So I'm going to set up my macro by clicking on developer. Now it's time to record the macro. Okay, I'm going to make a button. Okay, so I need to select it and add it over here and then modify it. This time I'm going to do binder organization, spelled it wrong, merge. Okay. Alrighty, then I'm going to click OK and start recording my series of clicks. So I'm going to click mailings, select recipient, use an existing list, double click desktop, double click class management, and double click class data. And this time I want to make sure that I have binder organization. And lastly, I want it to preview the results. Okay, and then I'm going to turn off my recording by clicking developer, stop recording. Okay, notice there is my macro button. X that off. I'm not going to save it, so I can open it back up and show you. Just by clicking the macro, it appears right there. Try it with one more document. Let's do the 1-inch binder spines. Okay, just press that one button, and there they all are, ready to print or modify. So setting up a macro is pretty easy. You just do it once and done, and then it will stay there and you can use it over and over and over again. If you're tired of your macros and you don't want them anymore, you can always delete them. To delete them, you just right-click on it and you can remove it from here, or you can go back in through the developer, click on this, and delete these macros. All right, if you have any questions, you can email me at cassienowak@gmail.com. Thanks.